Monkey Butt Radio is not your mama's radio show. We are uncensored, unhealthy, and unapologetic. Consider yourself warned.
No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now. No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now. We're the renegades in this atomic age. This atomic age of
Live from the Chop and Walk in Scottsdale, southeast corner of Scottsdale and Shedd.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Got to put the plug in there. Live from the Chop and Walk, we are Monkey Butt Radio. It is Monkey Butt Bike Night here at the Chop and Walk. This is awesome, man. It's always a great time here, and we have Amy from Two Gals as our honorary beer wench this evening. Hi, Amy. Where's Amy? There's Amy.
Amy, you on a break?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Where's Biggest's beer?
Thirsty over here.
There you go.
Thank you, dear.
Oh, look, 95-cent
That's
PBR.
awesome. Whoa.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you,
Thank
Chop
you,
and
Jamie.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, to my left is Biggest, and to my far left is one of the owners of the Chop and Walk, Jamie. Thanks for sitting in with us tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
And thanks for the hospitality.
yes.
Oh, anytime. We love you guys.
Yes. We want to start off by thanking all the walk stars here for hosting Monkey Butt Bike Night. Like I said, it's always a great time here at Chop and Walk. So go on their Twitter page, follow them up. You can connect with us by going to www.monkeybuttradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at Monkey Butt Radio, and of course on Facebook. Keep an eye on it all because we have some really, really cool upgrades coming up. Monkey Wrench already upgraded the website some. Thank you, Biggest, for throwing.
We're
some
still
stuff
working
up.
on that.
Still
That's
working
a
on it.
work
It's still
in progress.
work in progress, but a lot of it's cool. So our social media pages are upgrading as we speak. So we got a couple upcoming events. For those of our listeners in South Florida, South Beach Bike Week is coming up Labor Day weekend. Go to southbeachbikeweek.com. Monkey Butt Radio is one of the sponsors of the event. So go check it out. It's going to be a great time. This is their second annual event. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, for all you people down in Florida, you got to go check this out because it's going to be a blast this year. They worked out all the kinks.
Yep.
Everything's going to go great.
Absolutely. And this Friday, Christmas in July, it's benefiting the Big Bully Rescue on July 27th from 8 to 10 at the Dirty Dog. That's 2 doors down at 8 o'clock. So what you guys can do is actually show up here at the Chop and Walk because Dirty Dog doesn't sell food. So come in here and eat. Get your prep on because it's usually cheaper.
Pound about 10 beers before you head next door.
Because it's cheaper. And then go next door for a couple hours and then come back and finish it up over here.
Just a word of warning, though. The Chop and Walk's portions are huge.
Yes.
And I am totally uncomfortable right now from my dinner because I ate way too much.
Is that what that smell is?
Oh, my God. No.
Look at
I
that.
can't eat anymore.
Okay.
I'm stuck.
Who's the artist in the kitchen that keeps doing this?
That's our sign guy back there just experimenting. It's all his little experimentation. It's
Look at this food, guys. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, totally amazing.
Yes.
Totally.
So you guys got to come
have
down.
some of this.
Yes, come down and try some of the concoctions that the people in the kitchen make.
And it's all new sliders.
Yes.
The one we had was the crab rangoon slider.
Crab puff slider.
And
it was good.
But by the second round they came out, I think it was the nacho chicken. I was too stuffed.
That was my chicken. That was nacho chicken.
I couldn't put it down my neck hole.
It was good. I liked it. I can always eat food.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
You guys back there,
yes,
they're rocking.
Well, our chef George has been with us 28 years now. Going on 28 years. Rafi's been with us quite a long time. Cassie's been with us off and on, 24 years. Sweet. I started 25 years ago. Became an owner 13 years ago. I still clean the grease traps. I'd come in with my toothbrush and clean the freaking grease trap.
That's the pride of ownership right there.
That's awesome, man. So definitely, it is a long-term commitment here in Scottsdale. The Chop and Walk is, so they're here for the long haul. So definitely, it's just not a fly-by-night place. This is the eclecticness of this place is awesome. My 16-year-old daughter loves this place. Up to people who are retired come here. So it's bring your whole family. It's I'll put it this way. I love food and I love going all over the valley to try good food. This is the best Chinese food in the valley that I've tasted.
Well, thank you. I mean, we've got a great reputation. Everything's made, gourmet, made per order. We do food, cocktails every day of the year till 2 a.m. Deliveries till 2 a.m. And I'm talking Christmas, Thanksgiving. We have 31 beers on tap. You want samples, just like Baskin Robbins.
31.
Do all the
31 flavors.
We do all the UFC events, snow cover, Sunday ticket. Breakfasts on the weekends during football. During Sunday all year, American style breakfast.
Well, and you also do the Bloody Mary Sundays.
Oh yeah, Bloody Marys, $3 Bloody Marys. We're doing bottomless mimosas. I think it's $15 or $14. So one-stop shop, yeah. And we're not like a drab. I worked for a Chinese family. I was like their kid for about 5 years. I love them to death, but it just wasn't the same atmosphere. We have the sports bar. We got all the rock and roll memorabilia. We're biker friendly. You feel like you're at the beach.
This is best way I can put it, folks. This is Chinese surf punk.
Exactly.
That's an excellent description.
I've been lead singer in punk bands professionally for 25 years, so. It's like a Phoenix punk rock museum in here. There's so many treasures donated
really cool.
by musicians and dead guitars and cymbals
And I'm loving the White Snake poster. I still got a thing for Tawny Kitaen. I can't get rid of that video.
You gotta go look at You gotta look at Stacy, my business partner. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Stacy bought that for my birthday a few years back as a joke because he knows I hate the butt rock stuff. So, we were doing open mic and one of the guys, Andrew, the zany guy, says, "Oh my God, that's classic. We should autograph it." You know what? He writes Rosa Parks on one of them, right? I wrote on one of the guys Lita Ford, and then Ray Herndon that plays for Lyle Lovett. His family owns Handlebar Jays. I said, "Hey, you got to come sign this. It's a joke." He looks at the drummer. He signs it as Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon. Looks just like him. Another guy writes Jeff Dahl. It was a total joke, right? So, anyways, when Katie and I, my girlfriend, the bartender, we were doing all the design work in here. We're starting to put up all the records, paint, hanging all the treasures. So Stacy comes in and goes, "Hey, I got more records. There's some Beatles if you want. If you guys want to use them, put them up high. These are important to me." And he goes, "And I got one of these." And he pulls it out. And it's a White Snake record autographed by all the guys, a real one. So if you look over there, it's right to the next side. It's freaking ironic, hysterical. I mean, you just can't make that up.
I gotta go check that out.
Yes,
that's great.
You got the fake poster and you got the real.
That's awesome.
That's not, hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. But so guys, check it out Friday night. Come down here, grab some grub, and then Christmas in July for the Big Bully Rescue.
And bring some food and stuff like that for the dogs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to put it up on Facebook, so check it out there. twogalsevents.com. So check them out. They have all their events. There's something come up August 23rd. It's the Bike Wash and Barbecue. And it's actually, it's a pretty good thing. It's the precursor to the Gatekeepers ride in September. But this is the Summer Sizzle Fireman Griller at Harley-Davidson of Scottsdale. You can pre-register for the Gatekeepers ride. That benefits the Child Crisis Center on September 27th. So they're doing it a month ahead of time, a bike wash. So you can actually go get your bike wash in August and not wash it again until the ride in September. So you can do that.
That's normal operations for me.
Yeah, you wash your bike once a year.
Once a year. But I do use stripper juice.
Yes.
I do.
Well, if you look behind us, if you can see it.
Stripper juice, that sounds so wrong.
But it's so right.
It's so good.
So good, it's stupid.
Yes. So, but check out August 23rd at Harley-Davidson in Scottsdale. That's a couple events that are coming up. That's cool. But as always, let's start off the show with biggest news because I know you got a couple things going on.
I do. I have a few things. I love my new intro. That's awesome. All right, so we've got some information from the AMA Motorcycle Hall of Fame. One of the final inductees for the class of 2004, Byron Hines. 2014. What did I say? 2014. Okay, I'm living a decade behind. Byron Hines of the Vance and Hine fame is finally getting inducted into the Motorcycle Hall of Fame class 2014. One of the most successful engine builders in motorcycle racing, Hines earned the national drag racing titles and co-founded the tremendously successful Vance and Hines aftermarket company, alongside racer and current AMA Motorcycle Hall of Famer Terry Vance. Now, Terry was inducted in 1999, and that was based on his merits mostly for racing. But now, with Byron getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, I think Vance and Hines as a company is going to be part of it.
Yeah.
So that's good. He's joining 6 others that are going in, and the ceremony is actually going to be on October 17th.
Nice.
That's when the formal induction is going to go.
Well, you know, he's done so much. Both of them have done so much for the motorcycle industry. Not only, you know, for American V Twins, and I run Vance and Hines pipes on my bike, but for the metric bikes as well.
Yeah, they
They're
run the
absolutely-
gamut for everybody.
I know somebody who has a Honda Shadow, and he put Vance and Hines on his bike. So much performance difference. He has so much better performance.
You're
out of
looking
it.
at anywhere from 6 to 11 horsepower increase just by putting on their exhaust.
Yep.
And not doing anything else. So Byron definitely deserves it, and it's good to see that his partner and him are going to have a place in motorcycle history aside from their reputation.
Absolutely.
That's good shit. All right, next up, we have our monkey butt Dick of the, I guess you would call him Dick of the Decade.
Dick of the decade.
Yes, this guy.
Oh, he made it more than a week or a month. It's a decade.
Yes, look at the
our
screen.
No, he's the dick of the. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Millennium, jeez.
If you look at the screen, there's a state trooper, A.J. Huntsman. This guy has been convicted of stealing from a dying man after a motorcycle crash. The guy crashed
What
on
the
his. Wait a minute. The guy crashed on his bike. He's laying there dying. This cop pulls up, forgets to turn off his dash cam, and it catches him stealing over $8,000 in cash and jewelry from this man.
Before calling 911?
He later lied to his supervisors, and the dead man's family found out about it, authorities said. So
it's
this
the
guy in Connecticut stole $3,700 in cash, $5,000 gold chain from this victim while he was dying.
What's the guy's last name again?
Huntsman.
Thank you, former Trooper Huntsman, for being the dick of the decade.
Dick of the decade.
Yeah,
what
just-
do you got to think about that, Jamie?
Well, just like Cheech said, Cheech and Chong, he said, guns don't kill people, cops kill people.
That's right. Oh, don't get me started on that topic.
We won't go there.
I need to rein that one in real quick. Anyway, Huntsman rejected 2 plea bargains before agreeing to plead guilty to third-degree larceny and tampering with evidence. This guy's an asshole. I think the guy should be brought up on manslaughter. He let this guy die. He let
that's a
this
good point.
guy on
Well,
the side of the road while stealing his shit.
How many bikers are in prison?
You know,
Maybe
don't
worse
even
off than a
don't even
pedophile.
yeah, don't even throw him in what do they call it, solitary or protective
Put 'em in
custody.
Gen
Put him
Pop.
in general population
Pop.
and let them take care of it.
Yep.
The accident happened September 22nd of 2012. Scalise was the victim, and he was 49 years old when he was fatally injured when his motorcycle crashed into a construction truck in Fairfield, Connecticut.
Well, what's he driving around with $800,000+ worth of Indian beads and trinkets anyway?
Well, no, his family already said that he normally carries that amount of cash. The guy was well-to-do. He had a gold chain, which is rather thick, one of those big rope gold chains that was valued at $5,000. The cop took both of them while he was dying. This guy definitely...
Dick of the decade.
Yeah, definitely. A.J. Huntsman, former trooper A.J. Huntsman, you are now the dick of the decade.
Yep.
Next up, we have the Art of Motorcycle exhibit, which is going on in Glendale, California. The thing is, it's going on at Forest Lawn Cemetery.
Cool.
They've got a viewing room there that is set up totally for this motorcycle display, and it's called Vroom, V-R-O-O-M, The Art of Motorcycle. And there's going to be some good shit there. This is going on from now until January 4th, and some of the exhibits that they're going to have there is Steve McQueen's Old Indian. He's going to have there's going to be some famous artists that are there. Jeff Decker, who is the official Harley-Davidson sculptor, is going to have
cool sculptures.
Going to have some stuff displayed, and on the screen you can see that one of the sculptures that are there. Also, probably my favorite is going to be the mint condition 1910 Flying Merkel. They're going to have one. It's bright orange. It's on the screen. You guys can look at it. This is going to be a good show. And it's
Cool.
running till the first of the year. Free parking, free admission. Everything is free about it.
I think we should take a road trip to Forest Lawn.
I don't like Glendale, California.
But
I don't.
to even see this stuff, man.
Yeah, even to see this stuff. I don't want to go there.
Okay.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah, but-
That's just. That's my thing.
Now,
You
if it
know,
were
if
in
I can't
Riverside or something.
exactly. But you know, if I can't carry my gun there, I don't want to go.
You know what? I agree with you.
I make special exceptions for the respect of Jamie here, not bringing it into the chopping block.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate
That's the only reason.
Well,
that,
cool.
that was totally for you.
Thank you.
Totally
Thank
for
you.
Yes. But you know what, guys? We're gonna take a pause for the cause. Thanks. That's some good news today.
Why? Thank you very much, sir.
And you're on your game.
Well,
So,
I'm
it
I'm
must be
actually
the food.
I'm
It
making
must be
an
the-
effort.
It must be the food.
That's it. That's it.
It's the food. So we'll be back in 2.5 minutes.
Mr. cooks it out there in the barn. So stay in there free. Nutty.
And there goes Valerie Thompson at the Ohio afternoon down there at the top of the racetrack. 207.5646 miles an hour. 207.5646 miles an hour. Very consistent bike with their mile an hour of each other last week.
This truck is awesome. It's got everything.
What's happening? Just got it today. I was telling Jimmy all about the new features. It's fully loaded. It's got a navigation system, satellite radio.
Yeah, I was listening to that.
It's got a DVD player in the
Stop
front
sign.
and the back.
Hey, baby.
Extended cab.
Yo, man, you better stop.
Rear view
Yo,
camera.
stop!
Man, I gotta go.
Near train tracks, stay focused, stay alive.
Hey guys, we're back at the Chop and Walk live in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're gonna talk. You're right.
I was choked to death on my beer. Are you okay? I forgot you're not supposed to breathe it. No. Yes. I got it.
Did you?
I'm all good. I'm all good now.
Amy, did you bring him chunky beer?
It had bones in it. It had bones in it.
Chinese beer.
Ooh, man.
Japanese beer.
That would.
There you go.
My eyes are starting to water.
There you go. Well, one of the things that we've been talking about for a long time on this show is about stereotypes, discrimination, things like that,
And various types of discrimination, too.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. One of the things that was brought up over the weekend on social media here in the Valley with some of the people that we know is something that happened at an event Friday night. It was a casino night at a restaurant down in Mesa called The Monastery, a bar restaurant. Ride Now was one of the hosts of the event. And there was a pretty good turnout from what I understand, and things were going well till about an hour and a half, 2 hours into it. And we have Ira, one of the gentlemen that was down there for the event, and I'm gonna put it in a nutshell. Okay, kind of what happened based on third party, somebody who wasn't there, getting everybody's view. The people who went to the event showed up. They all went inside, started having a good time, having a couple beers, eating food, sodas, water, things like that. Having a good time for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then security happened. Security walked up to some people, some of the members there, or some of the people who were there for the event, and asked them to take off the vest that they were wearing because they were wearing a organizational patch. Not a club patch, but an organizational patch on their cut, for lack of a better term. Either take the cut off or you'd have to leave because there's a sign posted on the door that says no colors allowed. Well, it was kind of disheartening for some of the people that had spent 2 hours there spending money, $100 or so in food and beverages, that all of a sudden, well, now you have my money and now I have to leave.
Yeah, that's kind of a dick move.
Yeah,
I
I
would
agree.
I would say that's kind of a dick move. If you're going to have a sign on the wall or on the door, you have to enforce that right away.
Exactly.
My take on it is if you don't enforce it, that's considered consent.
Well, and this is, well, and that we're going to go into a little bit, but the manager that was on duty on Friday night, I actually got on the phone today and talked to her for about a half an hour. At first, I explained why I was calling, and she was very defensive, and understandably so. Okay, because the restaurant was blown up on social media over the weekend.
Oh, I'm sure she was catching a lot of shit for it.
You don't even know. Well, I would have went off. I wouldn't have been as polite as she was to me on the phone. I would not have been as polite. But I talked to her for about a half an hour, and I explained to her, okay, look, I want your perspective on it. I want to get a quote from you to understand what happened from your perspective. Okay. Because I'm only getting one side of the story, and I'm an independent journalist. I want to get both sides of the story. So one of the premises of this radio show is to educate, whether it's to educate bikers or to educate the general public on bikers, both sides.
Right.
It's to educate. So, her understanding was that certain individuals were asked to remove either their quote-unquote club vests or leave due to the established policy that is posted on the front door. And I spoke to her because she was the manager on duty, and she reiterated the restaurant policy on quote-unquote club colors. Okay? And it was a really good conversation. And this is a quote from her, and I reiterated it to her twice so I can get it right. She said, I can't tell one of the reasons why people were asked to leave. She goes, I can't tell the difference between a 1% rider or a benefit organization rider. Which, one of the things on social media is that average soccer mom drives an SUV, can't tell the difference. A lot of, or some of the riders, or some of the people who commented on it said, well, yeah, they can tell the difference. Well, this is somebody who says she rides. Her family is, majority are veterans, but she can't tell the difference. And I discussed this with DJ. She can't tell the difference between just riding down the street or two people standing there, the difference between a 1% club member versus some mom and pop, benefit organization member. Right. So we have to understand from that perspective, as we as motorcyclists have to come across as taking the high road on certain things. Now, one of the things that she said was that the rules for, or what happened was unfortunate, and she wanted to apologize profusely for the way some people were treated. It was wrong. She is not against veterans at all. Unfortunately, Ride Now was the event coordinator type.
Right.
And they were told about no membership patches of any sort allowed into the restaurant because of the restaurant's policy.
Right.
Okay? And Ride Now was kind of watching the door as when most of the people came in. So, and then when it was realized, then they were asked to leave, and it wasn't handled entirely properly.
But
okay?
this is a fault of perspective.
Yes, and it's from both perspectives. It was,
right.
And Ira's on the show with us tonight because you were one of the ones that were asked to leave.
I was.
And like I said, Kimmy wanted to reach out, and I told her you were going to be on, and I invited her here so you guys could sit down face to face, kind of off camera, off show, and come to a common ground, and so she could apologize to you. She said if she can get off work in time and make it up from Mesa, because it's a long haul, and I appreciate you coming up from Gilbert. Mm-hmm. But she wanted to say that she apologized to you for the way that you felt that you were treated. It was not her intention as a manager to do that way. She was extremely frustrated at the lack of what her security guards were doing. So she wanted to make sure that was put out there to you in particular and all the people who left, that it was not the intention of her to be discriminatory or to make you feel jilted at any cost. Okay? So that, just lay that out there as an apology, which most of the time we don't get. Okay? But I kind of laid out the perspective of what happened. Was I close from your perspective?
You're pretty close. We walked in the door. Nothing was said. we spend about 2.5 hours there running up tab, buying food, drinks. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, we're being told to leave unless we take our cuts off. And we're trying to explain, look, we're a military organization. I'm a Legion rider. I'm not a motorcycle club. And they're insisting that no colors are allowed, period, inside. No, if that's the case, tell me that when I get to the door. Don't wait 2.5 hours and after I spent $50, $60 before you say something.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. By letting you into the door, and they had active security in there, that's giving you consent to come in as is. That's the way I look at it.
And when we were asked to leave, and what's her name, Kimmy?
Kimmy.
She finally comes out and she goes, you know what, I don't want to do any more arguing, screw it, let them stay. But by that point, it was already done.
Yeah, tensions were high, frustration.
And the mood of the place was ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's unfortunate. Getting her perspective on it, and her apology. Would you go back in there again for an event for an organization? Like say if somebody other than Ride Now, of course, did something there at the monastery again, would you go?
It really depends on what the ride's for, what the event's for. Knowing beforehand that I can't wear my cut in there, I'll not wear my cut.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'd say in the near future, no, I would not go back.
Yeah. That's unfortunate, because I've been in the monastery before, and I've always had a good time there, but I've never walked in wearing a cut either. So, but this is one of the things that we need to educate. And first off, thank you for service, Semper Fi.
Semper Fi.
One of the things that we need to educate the general public on is about different organizations that ride together. Okay, and one thing Kimmy said, and this is, I kind of nailed her down to this, and because she was talking about the blanket no colors. It doesn't matter who they are. She said, I've even had firefighters, law enforcement officers that I've told that, you can't come in here. And I said, well, I got a question. If Mesa Fire Department, the closest fire department, all decided to ride their motorcycles over for lunch and was wearing a vest that had their engine house on it, would you ask them to leave? She goes, I would. They would not be allowed to come in, it was a surprise to me that she said that, but at least she's doing it in a blanket across the board, not just singling out one or the other.
Okay, so my question would be, there were people in there wearing 81 support T-shirts. It's not a cut.
Yeah.
It's color supporting 81. But they're allowed in, but we're kicked out for wearing a cut.
Yeah.
So if I were to wear a Legion T-shirt with the Legion emblem on it, would I get kicked out because my shirt says Legion Riders?
No, because it's soft colors. It's the perception of different. It's a perception, and this is where people need to be educated. And I know that when Two Gals does events like Bikers for Boobies, okay, the big event they do it over at the Dirty Dog, and the Dirty Dog has a standing policy: no colors. And it's not to infringe upon anybody and not let anybody express themselves, but to stop any kind of trouble that may happen. And it has to be across the board. It can't be can't pick and choose. Well, Legion riders can come in, but Hog members can't. I can't. That's discrimination. So it has to be across the board thing. But soft colors are a little bit different. I would suggest personally that any events that are put out, and I know Two Gals does it. If it's going to be a no colors event, they say it way ahead of time so that everybody knows. Mm-hmm. So there's not something like happened to you and your wife that you weren't asked to take off your cut. Because I'm sorry, I'm like you, I wouldn't have taken mine off.
I would have left. I would have left.
Yeah.
That would just ruin the mood for me. I wouldn't want to spend any more money there.
One of the things, and this is a really cool perspective that we really need to see, is there are certain places that it's biker friendly. They do allow clubs to wear their colors into their places. Chop and Walk's one of them. Mm-hmm. However, okay, every place has reserved the right to not serve you, plain and simple.
Exactly.
And one of the standing policies for Jamie and Stacy here is, you know what, you can come in, anybody can come in, anybody can sit at the bar and have a beer and have a good time. The moment you stop being a pleasure to be around, they will ask you to leave. Doesn't matter if you're wearing a cut or not.
Once you start being a dick, then it's over.
That's the thing. They believe don't be a dick.
And that's why I think that the monastery should have the policy. After you guys have been there for a couple hours, nobody was causing problems. Why were they do? I mean, I understand that there's a restaurant policy, which they failed to enforce at the beginning. Why create the controversy? Why not just say, okay, everybody's good? The reason why we have this policy in place is to avoid trouble. No trouble's going on for the night, for the event. Let's just kind of lift that ban for a while.
That would have been okay for you guys if they walked up and say, hey, you know what? You're really not supposed to be wearing this in here. Next time you come in, don't wear it, but we're going to let it go tonight, because there's no problems.
I would have been cool with that.
Yeah, I mean that would have been a respectful way to go. It wouldn't have caused a lot of heartache with anybody.
Ooh, that's a big word.
What?
Respectful.
Respectful. Imagine that.
There's so many websites out there. How many more minutes, Scooter? 5? Okay.
5
thanks.
more minutes.
I saw the hand go up. I thought you were just waving hi. I forgot to mention, Scooter's the wizard behind the board over there.
Still.
Doing all the videos.
Still.
It's really cool. But one of the things that any of the, there's a website out there called rcvsmc.com. Probably some of the best information on what a motorcycle club is, what a 1% club is, versus a riding club, a motorcycle association, a motorcycle ministry, and the protocols within the different groups, and the commitment level it takes to be within the different groups. It takes so much to be in a 1% club versus, you buy a membership and you own a Harley and you buy your membership to be a member of Hog. There's major differences, okay? And there's so much difference.
Of course.
That's all I'm going to leave it at that. But if you can go to that website and look, if you own a motorcycle and you don't know the motorcycle world, the biker world, you need to educate yourself.
That'll save you a lot of heartache in the future.
It'll save you an ass whooping at times.
Shit, yeah.
Okay. And one of the things that I try to tell somebody is, you know what? It doesn't matter. You wear a Legion Riders patch on your back.
I do.
Okay. You're a member of the Legion Riders. It's not considered even a riding club, okay? Because I read the articles and everything. They're not. They try to stay away from club altogether.
Yes.
For the misconceptions.
If you had to give yourself a designation, what would you guys call yourselves?
We're a military organization to help other veterans. We sit there do our support by riding. We're not a club. We're not a riding club.
So it's just a coincidence that your mission is carried out on the back of a motorcycle.
Yes.
That's it.
The best way I can explain, I could probably, if I had to pigeonhole Legion Riders, would be a riding association. Okay.
I wouldn't even go that far. I'd just say they were a veterans association. They're a veterans association.
Well, but
it just
but
so
see,
happens they're riding motorcycles.
Not all Legion Riders are veterans.
Oh, is that true? So not
you
all
have Legion Riders who are veterans, and then you have Legion Riders who are auxiliary members who are wives or husbands of veterans.
Oh, okay.
Then you have Sons of the American Legion who are children of veterans who are part of the Riders.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's
well, each chapter makes up their own designation on who can join and who can be a riding member. I read that on the National.
You have to be a member of the Legion to become a Legion Rider.
Yes. So.
Okay. That clears things up because I was totally in the dark about that.
Yeah. Well, I do know somebody who, his stepdad was a veteran from World War II, and because his stepdad was a veteran, he got to join the American Legion.
Okay.
I don't know which post he joined, but because he got to join the American Legion, he gets to be a Legion Rider, and he's not even a veteran. Never served one day. So it is a 99.9% veterans who you have to be a veteran to join the American Legion for the most part, 99.9%. And they are an organization that has some great veterans causes. It's some of the Legion Riders is for Operation Stand Down. They're one of the groups that actually does the guard duty at the doors to make sure and helps with the pets that we were talking about last week. You know, they're one of the groups that does that. Combat vets, legacy vets, things like that. They all get together and help. Okay, but we got about 30 seconds before we close. When we come back for the third segment, we're going to continue. If you'll stay, we'll talk about it. Okay, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes.
Hi, this is your girl Sash, and I'm here with your biker chick tip of the week for Monkey Butt Radio. I'm going to show you how to mount and dismount like a lady from your motorcycle. So, getting on with grace, you're going to step up to your bike as close as you can get. You're going to bend this leg and just lay it over gently and slide on. I'm wearing the dress so that you can kind of get a better idea of how graceful a woman can be. Now to dismount, you're going to step your foot out to the side. You're going to, once the brake is applied, the bike is off, you're going to stand up on this leg and bend your back leg and pull it ever so gently off the seat and step off. Simple as that. You can do the same thing if you're a passenger on the back pegs. When you go to get on, you're gonna step on here. I'm not gonna do it because I'll tip over my bike. And you're going to stand up entirely on that foot, bring your knee up, and then slide it over. This has been your biker chick tip of the week of mounting and dismounting with grace. See more about Sash and Steve and our motorcycle adventures at toomuchtina.com. Thanks. Hi, this is your girl Sash, and I'm here.
We got commercial.
No, we're on now.
Okay, well, welcome back.
Everything's all confused.
So sorry about that. It's we're supposed to have another 2.5 minutes of commercial, or 1:40 of commercial. So, well, welcome back, bitches. We were talking a little bit about the misconception of riding clubs and MCs and things like that. One of the things that you know, the question that I had in looking at the whole situation is, you know, why do certain establishments ban colors in the first place? What would be some of the reasons why you think they would ban quote unquote colors?
I think they're probably doing it just to mitigate any chance of something happening, and the fact that they can't differentiate between what would be colors and maybe just an organization's emblem. I think that's a moot point. They just want to mitigate any chances, because we live in a litigious society, and nobody wants to get sued. Nobody wants any problems happening. So I think it's fear. I think it's fear.
Well, here's a question. Then what constitutes colors? You know, it's I've heard Legion riders say, well, you know what, this isn't club colors. These aren't colors. You know, what constitutes colors? Obviously, a motorcycle club with a 4-piece patch, you know, 3-piece, and, you know, top and bottom rocker, center patch for the logo, and then the MC Cube. Obviously, that would be colors. Okay, and we've seen a lot of them out there. What about, you know, Christian Motorcycles Association?
Dennis just got me a shot of Fireball. I want to smell my breath.
What about Christian Motorcycles Association? Would that be considered colors?
No, I think it has to be with the person making that determination, that they get to set the rule what's considered colors. Because you just can't put a sign up there and say this is colors, because everybody has a different definition of it. So I think the proprietor of the establishment gets to set what the definition of that is.
So a proprietor, just say it's biggest is Bomb House.
Yep.
Okay, if you wanted to put a sign up there that says no motorcycle club colors, you could do that, right?
Ultimately, yeah, but I have to enforce it. Unlike what happened at the monastery.
No. This is the reason I ask. Okay, this is a huge reason why I ask. Is if if you said no motorcycle club colors, would that be considered discrimination?
No, because it's a private establishment, and the proprietor of that establishment gets to set all the rules. That's it.
Ooh, wait a minute. Didn't we have SB 1062 recently saying that, they have to serve everybody? Or was that defeated?
What? No. The proprietor of the establishment gets to set the rules.
Yeah.
If they don't want a certain thing going on in their place, they have the right to refuse service.
I don't want fat, bald-headed white guys in my place. And you could.
I don't want to go to your fucking place.
Yeah,
And you don't get all that big ass money I got in my wallet, because I got a lot of fucking money. And if you don't want any of it, that's on you.
Okay.
Let the market decide.
Silver dollars, not big money.
They are. They're about that big.
Yeah. but you see where I'm. You see where I'm going with this? It's what constitutes colors, because in here in Arizona, the Christian Motorcyclist Association, ABATE. There are other organizations that aren't motorcycle clubs that are a member of the coalition of clubs, okay, that fall underneath that quote-unquote motorcycle club umbrella type thing. Now, if I wore an big ABATE patch on my back, would that be considered colors?
That's up to the proprietor of the establishment. Mm-hmm. It's totally up to the proprietor. That's a private entity that gets to make all the rules.
What do you think about? And this is kind of, let me frame the question. What do you think about an establishment saying no club colors, but you can, if you're a member of an organization, you could wear your stuff? How would that make you feel?
If I was the owner of a business, I would allow anybody in. I might have an issue with MCs themselves, the ones with the 4-piece patches, the top rocker, the state rocker, the patch in the middle, and the MC patch.
And that's totally within your right to do so. I mean, it is. It's not a discrimination thing. It's a proprietor that's looking out for his establishment. But where it went wrong with the monastery is these guys came in, and after spending, you had a bunch of people that were spending a certain amount of money after 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Then they get told they have to leave. No, that ain't right, because they didn't enforce it right from the beginning. So, I mean, if you want to be stupid and not allow somebody that's wearing a patch on their vest in and forego all that money, let the market let you crash. Yeah. Because, bikers like to spend money. They like to drink a lot of beer. They like to hang out. They like to be, give away a lot of shit.
Yeah, this is something that, kind of leading into the next question, is if you decide to, eliminate or keep out a certain member of the motorcycling community based on the cut that they wear, okay? What do you do? Personally, I think that's discrimination. It has to be all. If you're going to wear an organizational patch, then it has to be all organizational patches, or you have to let them all in. Okay, I don't think you can determine, okay, well, you know what, I'm not going to let any motorcycle ministries in, but 1% clubs can. I think that's wrong in picking and choosing who you can allow in. It has to be equal rights, to me, okay? What do you do about certain establishments that discriminate against certain organizations? Like, the perception is, we don't allow veterans motorcycle groups to come into our establishment. Well, what do you do? What can we do as citizens who ride motorcyclists, motorcycle enthusiasts, about establishments that discriminate against that?
The only thing that you can do is vote with your wallet. That's it. Don't patronize those places. Don't go. Don't give them the thing that they need. We have what they need. They need money. And you vote with your wallet, don't give them any of it. And they've sealed their fate. Whatever happens, happens. But we can't sit there and say, you have to let us in. No, you don't, because that's a private person who gets to serve whoever he wants.
What do you think?
I agree. You sit there, go spend your money.
Fucking champ right here.
Dude, you need to put deodorant on. It's summer in Arizona.
I just changed deodorant, sorry.
It's summer in Arizona. You need fucking deodorant.
Hold on, I'm gonna hang out with my new friend Ira over here. He's got the right mindset.
So finish what you're saying, man.
No, I agree. And spend your money with the places that are willing to let you sit there be who you are. If they're going to discriminate, say something about what you're wearing, how you're acting, don't spend your money there.
Excuse me, sir, you have to wear a jacket and tie in our establishment.
Well, then I'll leave.
Yeah, but it all comes down to as long as you're not initiating force against anybody in the place, you're not being a dick. If they don't want you in there, then all they're saying to you is, we don't want your money. Mm-hmm. That's it. And they need money, so screw them. Don't spend your money there.
And there's a misperception on a lot of different groups. Like I said earlier, when DJ and I were having this conversation, she doesn't know, looking at you and looking at my friend Ken side by side, if you were standing there with a leather vest on, he was standing with a leather vest on, and some 1%, guy was standing in the middle of you two with a leather vest on, she couldn't tell the difference on who was a club member, who wasn't, who was this or that. She couldn't tell the difference. It's all three of you guys would be big, intimidating looking, and so what we can do as motorcyclists is educate the non-motorcycling community on who we really are.
Right.
You're a graphic artist by trade. Okay. I'm a college advisor. What do you do for a living?
I'll work at a car wash.
Nice. Yeah, bullshit. But it's those type of things. Is we all work hard. We all have jobs. We all have families. It'd be it's really surprising on how soft and cuddly and teddy bearish a lot of big bad bikers really are, and we need to educate the community. Doesn't matter if you have a patch on your back or not.
I feel I don't have to justify myself. So if you don't want colors in your place, you don't get any of my money. I will take it down wherever. Say I'm here at the Chop and Walk, or if I'm at the Dirty Dog and they don't want me to wear colors in,
I'll come down to the Chop and Walk.
I will come down to the Chop and Walk and drink these Pat's Blue Ribbons that they got on sale tonight.
For 95 cents.
That's right.
So, well, we're going to be back. We're going to take a short break, kind of out of sequence here, and we're going to talk about motorcycle rights right after.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
It's not what you think. Hi, I'm Sherry, and I own Stripper Juice.
Stripper Juice. Like the quest for the hottest strippers and the coldest beer, the search for the best motorcycle cleaner and polish on the planet has been a labor of love. Stripper Juice was designed by bikers for bikers, but works just as effectively on all types of surfaces. And no soap or water, please. If it flies, floats, or rolls, Stripper Juice is the only quick detailer you need. Sprays on in a succulent pink foam with a gentle cherry fragrance. Oh, so slick. You'll hardly feel like you're cleaning. But the deep, wet shine left behind lets you know that Stripper Juice gets you off clean, baby. Works best when you're feeling dirty.
Warning, do not eat or drink, squirt up your nose or any other body orifice. This stuff is flammable. Not responsible for rug burns, blisters, busted knuckles, angry spouses, broken vows, or any other consequences associated with the high cost of living the low life. Works best when you're feeling dirty.
Hi, I'm Officer Judd from the Peoria Police Department Traffic Services Unit. We've teamed up with the Governor's Office of Highway Safety to bring you this important motorcycle tip.
When operating a motorcycle, it is important to be alert and avoid distractions. When approaching intersections, be prepared. In the first scenario, notice how the car fails to yield for the motorcyclist. The motorcyclist quickly uses combination braking, that is both front and rear brakes, and avoids a collision, and then rides off safely. Always scan the roadway ahead with your peripheral vision. Notice in scenario 2 how the motorcyclist avoids running over debris or fluid in the roadway. Remember to always be vigilant when riding and expect the unexpected. Let's not meet on accident. Thank you and ride safe.
We're back at the Chop and Walk. Hey, before we start handing out some of the awards for the Ride-In Bike Show tonight, we have one that we want to put up on the shelf here at the Chop and Walk. It says Monkey Butt Radio Chop and Walk Bike Night. Jamie? because you are a walk star.
You have to do this.
Speaks.
This is like Miss Congeniality.
Yes.
Yes. That'd be me.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, guys. We love Monkey Butt Radio,
And we love the Chop and Walk.
And
Thank you so very
we
much.
will be back here August 19th for our last summer series show, and then we're going to take a little bit of break in September, and then come back hopefully in the wintertime when it's cooled off.
But between now and then, Amy, you've got some news. What is the Chop and Walk doing for our patrons?
Well, every Thursday we have a comedy night. So any comedians, anybody thinks they're a comedian, like Jamie.
He kissed
come on
you
out.
on your head.
Yeah. Come on out. It's at 9 o'clock it starts. So that's every Thursday. Every other Saturday we have like a hip hop night with open mic night. They also do a live art experiment kind of show. That's interesting. So they do that every other Saturday. And other than that, happy hour Sunday, Monday, the Bloody Marys. Dude, I'm telling you. Can I get a witness on the Bloody Marys?
Witness. Got a witness.
Oh, yeah,
Preach.
yeah.
I got a witness. Okay. Cool. Okay. A little bit about. Wow. Wow. That's the first time my voice is cracked in like
puberty.
30 years. Wow. Yeah, I guess. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about MRO is Big Mike's not here tonight. He usually does our motorcycle rights organization's corner. Our thoughts and condolences are with the Schneider family. They are all back in Chicago. Mike's mom passed away the other day, and they are all back in Chicago taking care of family business. So please, Monkey Butt Nation, keep Big Mike and his family in your thoughts and prayers as they go through this difficult time. Big Mike, if you catch the show, we love you, brother.
And we're thinking about you.
Yep, and miss you. So we'll see you when you get home. But MRO Corner is usually what his deal. We're talking about discrimination and things. If you feel that your rights are being violated, then you need to join an organization that fights for your rights. ABATE of Arizona, ABATE of AZ.org. Learn about what an MRO can do to fight for your rights. One of the things that Big Mike was talking about recently is ABATE of Arizona and Modified Motorcycle Association of Arizona is merging resources to put another lobbyist together. So
they're consolidating the efforts, so they're not fighting. Yeah, exactly. They're going to make it more efficient.
Yes, which is an awesome thing. We need that. Both organizations have done phenomenal work here. Arizona Coalition of Clubs is another organization that fights for motorcyclist rights within the club circles. So, support your organizations that fight for your rights. Cool. But we got a couple of awards to give out. We only had 3 categories entered tonight. So, it's okay.
I blame Scooter. I blame Scooter. Scooter had an accident this last week, so I had to transport all the equipment.
Is that where that skid mark in his pants came from?
I think so.
Okay.
But I had to transport all the equipment, so I couldn't ride my bike, and therefore I couldn't win the bagger category. Because I would have been the only bagger.
Bagga. Like Dave Pirowitz says.
Okay there, Mr. Pirowitz.
Pirowitz says bagga.
Bagga.
B-A-G-G-A.
I couldn't win the bagger. Couldn't win the bagger category, so Scooter, you owe me one of these trophies.
You don't get one. So, well, first off, we want to go old school category. Shane. Come up and get your trophy, brother.
Yay, Shane!
And this is the funny part is his bike is the oldest bike. That's what made it old school. So, and
Congratulations, Shane.
Congratulations, man. So, now here's the cool part. Okay, most trophies are won by guys, bike builders. Paul Yaffe, who in about 5 minutes is going to be on the TV over at Dirty Dog with Biker Battleground Phoenix, him and John Shope and Brian from Hatred and Len from Ass Kicker and Cody from Voodoo. Those five guys, there's not very many females who enter bike shows. Here's the cool part. We're going to give out 3 trophies. 2 of them are going to be won by women. So,
Sweet.
And this is the People's Choice Award. So, and I'm real proud of one of them. This is a lady I've known for right about 9 years. She's a crazy bitch. That's all I gotta say. Christina,
I think we know what we're talking about.
Christina,
hey, Christina.
Her Kawasaki Ninja is named Wile Coyote because it hauls ass and never catches the Roadrunner. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Christina.
I like how you described her as a crazy a bitch, and she stood up before you said her name. So.
Yes. Hey, well, I only see. Here's the thing. Okay, I only said I only knew her for 9 years. The other one, if I said I've known over half my life, and I said crazy bitch, my wife would stand up.
She's laughing at you.
She knows it's true.
Because she's like, wow, where's he sleeping tonight?
What is she reaching in her purse for? Oh shit,
Yeah.
duck.
Well, and here's the cool part. Okay, my wife bought a bike around Christmas time. Okay, she bought her second Harley she ever owned, and she picked it out as something that she wanted. Come here, Deej.
By a landslide.
Yes.
By a landslide.
Yes. She would have won
in the
most popular-
cruiser
in the
category.
cruiser. Tell everybody what kind of bike you bought.
I bought
Into the microphone.
a 2013 Harley 48, 1200.
Yeah. She got
1248.
Yeah, she got a Sportster 48. It's the old school bobber Harleys that came out the last couple of years. It's a cute little bike. And you know what? The thing is quick as hell. She won't let me ride it anymore.
I like your tank top there. So. What's that on your tank top? Show that on.
Stripper juice.
Yeah.
You just gave her the trophy so she could touch your pee-pee lady. We know.
I don't need to give her a
Conflict
trophy.
of interest. Conflict of interest.
I don't need to give her the trophy for that.
He doesn't need to give me a trophy for that.
But thank you, everybody that came out. We have a couple things to do. Thanks again for all came out tonight. And to Jamie and Stacy here at the Chop and Walk. We really appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Amy, for putting it all together. For 2 gals to putting it all together. We love you guys, and we love all your events. Remember, Friday night, Dirty Dog at 8 o'clock. Come to Chop and Walk first. Grab some grub. Go give some grub.
Yep.
To the doggies.
Big animal rescue.
And toys
animal
and
rescue event.
Treats and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
And you know what? If you have a bagger, you can actually strap a big bag, 45-pound bag of dog food on one on each one of your saddlebags.
Ooh, yeah.
So you can carry it.
I've done that before.
I know you have. That's why I'm saying it. So definitely come out. Christmas in July on Friday. We'll be back here next month.
Wait, Amy,
Yes.
are there going to be puppies at this thing?
I do not know if there's going to be puppies or not. Like dogs, you mean? Like
Yeah,
canines,
that's what I'm
yeah.
talking
I don't know about that or not.
Or sweater puppies. I'm good with those too. I don't care.
Puppies!
I know that when we do the Dirty Dog Golf Tournament in September, that's with another animal rescue, Lost Our Home. They bring dogs out to the golf course. And we had a kissing booth last year for charity, and it was for $5 you got to have a dog kiss your face, and it was the cutest thing because there was all these big dudes golfing, and then they're having this puppy.
I'm gonna
I love my job.
Here's something before we go. I read something today when I was reading about the discrimination and people wearing cuts and stuff. It says, you know what, I'm scared of bowlers because they all go into bars and they drink food and they got, bowlers have big balls. Well, at least a lot bigger than golfers do.
Wow. So do you guys have your coconut bras all ready for Friday? We're having a coconut bra shake 'em contest.
Oh,
my wife is flying to Florida on Friday, so.
Well, I know Mike's coming. I wondered if you were going to be wearing a coconut bra.
He went up to Double D, so he has got to.
You got to find some big coconuts, yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna have to find something. If I can develop one before now and then, I will wear that fucker there. I will.
That
just
would
for
make
you.
my universe.
Just for you. And I'll do a grass skirt. I'll do the grass skirt and the coconuts.
Nice.
Okay. Friday night. Dirty Dog Christmas in July, come here first. Go to Dirty Dog and we'll see Mike in a coconut bra and a grass skirt.
Nice.
But we'll be back. We'll be back next Tuesday, 6 o'clock Arizona time. Tune in. See you guys. Peace.
Peace.
Hey.